How can I let go of past memories that still affect me in your life? There are many experts here, students here. How have you tackled this issue? What has helped you? What all have you tried? Before sharing the views from Bhagavad Gita and Patanjali Yoga Sutra, I would like to hear from my students and people here. So, first, I would request Vibha to share her views.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
So, even in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Smriti is considered as one of the vrittis. So, to overcome it, Abhyasa and Vairagya should be practiced. To let go of it, we have to practice techniques like Nadana Sandhana, where you think that you are letting out all the suppressed emotions. Then you have to practice other yoga, is whichever is suiting you, like Raj Yoga, if you are Raj Yogi, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga accordingly, so that you can overcome the past memories that still affect.
How do you practically do it? Like, these are very generalized statements. I want to know from your experience, what have you been able to overcome the past memories, and how did you do it? Or were you not able to do it?
I will do it, sir. If I am affected by past memory, I just indulge in some other activities. Maybe like walking, cycling, or something that is helpful in my academics. I will just keep me busy so that it doesn't get into my mind.
Okay, so Vibha overcomes it by diverting her mind into other activities. Fine. Let us hear from Tarana.
Good morning, sir. Good
Yes.
morning, everybody. Um, Sir, for me, letting past uh, like memories is to overcome, to face those things. Because what I experience, until and unless I face those things, it would be suppressed in me.
Hmm.
वो बाहर ही नहीं निकलता तो व्हाट आई यूजुअली डू इज कि उसको स्ट्रेंथ लगा के मैं फेस करती हूँ आई फेस देम एंड another way I tackle is I usually indulge in making good memories ताकि वो फिर फेड हो जाए धीरे धीरे जो मेरा पास्ट मेमोरी मेरे को इफेक्ट कर रहा है so that it fade by that time.
Okay. So this technique has helped you, Tarana?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. So Tarana adopts a very different approach. Tarana says that she faces them, and she also tries to cultivate good memories. She tries to focus on good memories whenever these past memories come. Generally, we see that these memories come in the form of patterns. They come for a while, remain there, and then they go away, and then again they come. No? So this is the way students have been tackling. Now I would like to request people who are there here. Anybody would like to share their views? Kindly unmute and share. Yes, yes, Brinda, please unmute and let me know.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Sir, when I had one such experience, I tried fighting with it for a very long time, years together actually. I tried ways to educate myself to overcome. I thought maybe I'm ignorant and I don't know how to deal with such a problem. It was just a fight. So when I couldn't do it by myself, I sought counseling, sir. I took a professional help, and through that, they taught me mechanisms how to deal with it every time such thought comes. So then I overcame it, sir.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, Brinda shows that you should seek professional help if you are not able to do it, which is very important. But Brinda, can you, share what did those people teach you? What helped you?
Sir, actually, the one who counseled me was a final year MSc intern. So
Hmm.
she taught me basics from CBT, like the wheel, emotion, behavior, thought, and action wheels. she told me to first define what emotions you're feeling, be clear of what is the sensation that is happening. Then you don't observe it first without judging, don't directly jump into the behavior, experience it, and then slowly let go of it. Sit and contemplate on it. That is how she taught me.
Okay, okay. So becoming more aware of which emotion you're experiencing and then letting go. Okay. Let us hear from Dr. Gandhi. Please share your
Uh,
experience, Gandhi
yeah,
sir. Has helped you.
yeah. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
So there are two obstacles I come across. Mainly, one is agitation, and another is dullness. So
Mm,
when I go for sitting for meditation, when I close my eyes,
mm,
only thoughts will come, which is not necessary for my meditating, either mantra or my Ishta Devata or anything.
mm,
That agitation usually will not stay in the present moment. It
mm,
will go to the what is known as the fast.
mm,
And in the fast, the grass agitation, like for example, so I will think, is it there is a sufficient money is there? I should check whether it will bounce back or what will happen? Is there sufficient money is there in the back? Like that, it will go on analyzing, and it will what I started in the beginning. Within a few seconds, it will go the always to the fast only. Or sometimes the future of my any fear or dreams or so my ecstasies and all those things, it will come.
yes.
So then I thought, so this is the, then I read in many books in meditation.
Mm,
So how to bring this mind to calmness and bring.
mm,
So for that, what Ramakrishna says,
mm,
before going to meditation, you just not, you go and sit and do the meditation. For
mm,
that, you should have the preparation.
mm,
The preparation mind should, that I should go at 6 o'clock. I should sit before 6 o'clock itself. You should mind should focus on your God or Brahman.
mm,
So that is, I must go there. Now it is already 5 o'clock. I should go at 6 o'clock. I should sit. So your thoughts should be only on the God only. Your compass should be facing north. That is on the God only.
mm,
So like that. So before going to the, so you should have the postures most important, and also a secluded room is also important. There should not be any disturbances.
mm,
And after the posture, it should be, your body should be relaxed. Then
mm,
only you can able to concentrate it. If it is a tight or if it is a loose also, what Buddha says, you should not be completely relaxed also, like a sagging, or it
mm,
should not be completely tight. So he gives an example of Veena strings. And so I thought the I should be relaxed also. So I used to scan from toes to my head. Slowly, wherever the tense is there, I used to relax and sit quietly. And they say that you should not drain your energy also during meditation. So, like you should cross leg. So, when is the crossed leg is there, and also hands on lap or hands crossed also.
mm,
And this is about 20% of your energy is drained out. So you have to close your eyes. So 80% when you open your eyes, your energy will be drained out. So you most important that you should close your eyes also.
mm,
And they say why it is you should sit straight, back straight, and head straight, so
mm,
that you should be aware of your body also. That means you should not lean one side or forward or backward. So like that, you should sit. When you sit only, stillness it will come. So
mm,
then you and focus. These are all the stages to stop the thoughts going back to your past or future.
mm,
So in the beginning, these are the stages. If you don't do these stages, you don't just sit and I want to do meditation. Mean it may not be possible for me also. Then I started doing some pranayamas and deep breathing. When I do a deep breathing, the mind becomes more oxygenated, and my mind will not go here and there, and I will be concentrating on only on deep breathing only. That gives my brain or the mind more oxygenated and energetic for my further activities. And so the Rishi says, when you concentrate or mantra or light in your heart or whatever may be, the moment to moment you have to moment to moment you have to think of your mind where it is going, bring it back to the present, completely reject the past. So your mind should there should act. Renounce the future, he says. Reach the mindfulness state, no mind state you have to reach. For that, you have to practice, they say. The practice only makes you perfect. So by sitting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes is not sufficient. By the time, by 10 or 15, 20 minutes, your mind, agitated mind, has to come to the present moment. It takes nearly about 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So they say that you should not be hurried for the meditation. You should concentrate, you should sit, and by the time all you clear your the obstacles like agitations or dullness or your laziness, everything, or your fast thinking or future thinking, slowly it will come to the present moment. So it is just like when you are watering the plants, there are weeds will become. Slowly you have to remove the weeds also. That is your fast things or the present things. But you should not go on mind should not only on weeds only. So then you will forget about your real main tree. So you should just like a passing clouds, allow the thoughts to go, thoughts to go, thoughts to go. So if you allow them and then bring back to your main object of the meditation, so then your meditation, but not one day it will take. So it will take several days. They say one mandala, at least 41 days, if you do continuously, regularly, and with the time and your so calmness and relaxation. So he says the thoughts, what their four components are there of the thoughts. That is, when you see an object or remember an object, you get the consciousness about the raw material enters, just like a computer, we feed raw material enters. Then we analyze it, whether it is what that material is, that is the perception, whether it is what that
Okay,
material is,
Gandhi
we
sir,
will analyze.
actually, we got some
Yeah.
idea. We got an idea. Gandhi sir wants to say that meditation can be the way out, but meditation requires a proper systematic preparation. And here, the flow, the stream of your consciousness, which has a pattern that it always keeps going to past, the pattern has to be changed. This is a very, very important point, because whatever that dominates our consciousness, it starts manifesting, it comes more and more. So he is pointing that you should bring your awareness to the body, to the breath, and then to the mind, and just become aware of what goes on there. And it will take time and abhyasa for a considerable time for you to settle down. So I completely agree with you, Gandhi sir. Very beautifully explained. Let us hear from others also. Raghunathji, Kambam Raghunathji.
Sir, these particular past memories are such which come very often in us. And for me, more often than not, we go for meditation, particularly Hare Krishna mantra, which we can very easily chant. And as long as we can, we concentrate on it. And in the process, we try to overcome that only temporarily. But over a period of time, by repeating it often, I have come across the situation, try to overcome the situation. I can't wipe it off, but it will be there in my mind. But whenever it comes, I try to come out of that and come to my normal thinking by chanting Hare Krishna mantra.
Beautiful, beautiful. So Kambam Raghunathji also, uses a mental cue, a positive mantra, where whenever he is drawn into those memories, he brings that mantra here and tries to change the pattern that is flowing in his consciousness. Beautiful, sir. Anybody else would like to share their views?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes, Maitri.
Sir, according to me, everybody wants to improve themselves and everybody want to change.
Yes.
So I read in a book like you cannot change when you really are the same person. So it is very, very important to let go the guilt of the past. So the guilt or insufficiency of the past is the thing that really affects us in the present. So whatever we have done in the past is a stepping stone, and even if it is a failure or a loss, that has brought me here today. So that guilt, if I leave, it is little to accept and forget the past. So the guilt is what even I want to leave. To become a new person, it is very, very important to let go of the past so that you can build the future person from today.
Beautiful.
This is the practical concept, sir.
Very beautiful. See, Maitri brought a very, very beautiful point. The one is that it is the past which is coming. The other aspect is the way I look at it. You know, is it necessary that I always associate the past with something negative? Even if the event appears negative, can I look at it in a way that, okay, this happened, and what did I learn from it? And can I take my past as a learning lesson and then say that, yes, it was an important experience for me through which I came out as a more grown up person. So the way you look at the past, if you change that, then also, the whole suffering of it or whole discomfort of it comes out. So this is a very vital point which, Maitri has brought up. Let us hear from Radha.
Morning, sir.
Yes.
As we see the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, the Yoga Chittavriti Nirodha. So whatever the thoughts we try to remove, because that only comes only Abhyasa Vairagyam Tannirodha. So the says 1.112 Sutra. So what I observed over a period of practicing this yoga is, see, only thing we need a preparation to remove all the negative or positive memories. But for that, we consistently we have to practice, and with the perseverance and persistently, if you do, so that what I have done, so I'm telling you, with that we'll able to observe complete awareness. We can improve the mindfulness in our observations of our thought, so that we can easily come out of if I get the past memories of negative, if I have done wrong, if I could have not done like that. So what I do, I mean, observing deeply, I will not run away from that. See, again it will come sometime. So what I do, I'll observe carefully. So okay, I have might have because of it is my ignorance. So not going to guilt. The just before she said, because not going earlier used to go to guilt. Okay, guilt, but because of a lot of lack of knowledge and ignorance, we have it's gone like that. Even if it is positive memory, also have the attachment with detachment. So we should not indulge in the positive, good memories also. So we have to come out of that with awareness, not indulging in the good memories, attachment with detachment. If it is a wrong, negative emotion also, okay, at that time, because of lack of knowledge and lack of ignorance, it has done. So what we have to do, we have to have a lot of awareness, we have to improve the knowledge, and we have to put into practice consistently with the perseverance and persistently. Then we are able to see the each and every emotion and thought in me with mindfulness. What I am doing, what I have learned, I am telling you, sir, with the Yoga Sutras.
Yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Radha brought in another important point, that these memories, they come as a chain. It is like you pull one memory and then it starts a chain of similar memories, one after another, one after another. And if we are not aware, we get lost into it. And then from the memory to memory to memory, we keep moving, we keep get into a trail. Okay, so very important point to understand is that these memories are locked to each other like a chain. And when you pull up one string of chain, similar memories start coming in a string. If you start a positive change, all positive related things start coming. If you start a negative change, all negative related things start coming. So that way our mind, in a way, tries to trick us by, giving us a biased kind of a picture even of our memories, because when you selectively look at only the negative memories, you get into a kind of a mood that, okay, everything is depressing. But in between those negative things, positive things were also happening, which the mind doesn't show. So therefore, complete awareness of the things is important. And since mind has a habit of bringing it in like a chain, we should be aware that who will break this chain? I only have to break this chain. Who will make a new pattern of chain? I only have to make it. So therefore, one should not, if one becomes aware, one should try to bring up a different pattern to the flow, to the stream of consciousness when one sees that it has started to go again in the same old line. I know it is difficult once the mind start into a particular stream. We also actually derive pleasure in it. When we are thinking of something past which is even terrible, why it comes again and again is because deep down somewhere we have accepted it and we want it. So that from our depth of consciousness, we have to first tell ourselves that this does not belong to me. And somewhere deep down we are only holding on to it, and we have to release it from there. Okay, so before we go into the knowledge given in Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and Bhagavad Gita, anybody else would like to share their, how did they overcome this?
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Shobhana ji, yes.
Yeah, I usually do it through a combination of Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. So Jnana Yoga more reflecting. So if I have done some mistakes, then what is the learnings? If somebody else has done something for me, then how do I handle that situation now? Am I strong enough to handle it now? Maybe past it didn't happen, but now whether I am strong enough to handle it. So that way I reflect. And if it is something which I don't get at all, what is the reason and all that, I surrender it to God by chanting. So this is how I handle past memories.
Okay. Shobhana ji also uses yogic ways, which is very wonderful. Let us see, what our text have to say. So, Anubhut Vishaya Asampramoshah Smritihi. Patanjali describes 5 vrittis which take my mind away from meditation. In that, one of the vritti is smriti, which is inability of the mind to let go what has been experienced. So, one thing that is very important to understand is that smriti is a habitual pattern. We say that the past keeps coming into my mind again and again, but somewhere it takes my consent to enter and then to continue for minutes and hours together. Every moment I am consenting, yes, you can repeat, yes, you can go. So you have to realize that it has become a habitual pattern. And once something becomes a habitual pattern and gains a momentum for years and years of repetition, then even to undo that or to stop that, you need a abhyasa or a practice in the opposite direction. So say, for example, if you are starting to do a nama japa, or you are trying to, bring about another pattern into your consciousness, then 2 things you have to do. One is become aware of the pattern which is already set. And then when that pattern is less potent, start a newer pattern. And then this newer pattern has to be strengthened by repeated practice. Say somebody was saying they do nama japa of the God, and then the gratitude, associated with that nama japa. Now this pattern is a new pattern which I am starting as a path of yoga. So now this pattern will take its own time to strengthen itself as you do more and more abhyasa. And then this pattern, which is a new pattern that you have started, can be used to overcome the old pattern. And whenever that old pattern begins, then with the bala of the bhakti or the bala of jnana, the more sadhana you do, the more strength you get. The more strength you get, the more powerful you become in breaking the chains of memories which are, actually imprisoning you. So for that, you need strength. That strength comes by taking the name of God, by connecting consciously to something higher than you. You can even say that I am helpless. I have tried everything. I am not able to break it. But I believe in the power of God or the power of consciousness which is higher than me. I believe in the power of my own Atman, my own self, my own true self. And I again and again go to that. So this is a new pattern that you have to begin, and then with this pattern growing, you will see the older patterns withering away. So therefore, this is the state of yoga, to reach something higher than you, the attitude to move towards that. So how does yoga do that? And at that time you become established in his own form, the Swarupa. If you do not move towards something higher than you, if you move to any other direction, then you will see that you become one with those vrittis, you become one with the past, you become one with what is going on, and then it becomes very difficult to stop it. The moment you are an observer and aware, you have the power. Okay, but for that power to grow, you need continuous sadhana. Like for myself, only from 2020 we started these morning sessions. I feel that this has helped me personally to overcome this because of the continuous effort. I do namajapa also, definitely, and I practice yoga. I'm in this profession. So over past years, I cannot say that on this day I was able to overcome it, but yes, I was able to overcome it. And now I can clearly see that the whole pattern of my consciousness has changed. Earlier, predominant thoughts were mostly, related to past, related to negative things, related to guilt. But now the patterns are mostly moving towards light, moving towards positivity, moving towards God, the feet of God. And that is dominating the consciousness now. Not that older patterns have completely gone, they still come, but now they do not stay for as long as they used to stay in the past. And also, their ability to pull me against my will has considerably reduced. Earlier, they were indomitable. It was impossible to stop once the chain starts. But now, the awareness has grown, and I feel that I am more powerful than them. That has happened because of the years and years of sadhana. So that without that, it is just you are just talking from your mouth, nothing will happen, nothing will change in you. So therefore, abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. Abhyasa becomes very, very important. What is actually abhyasa? Gandhi sir very beautifully said. Practice is the continued effort to remain in one's own state, one's own swarupa, or connect to something higher than, continuously moving towards that. So one of the very important tool, to attach to something higher than you is by doing the Nama Japa. So Krishna actually describes a very systematic process of meditation. Shuchau deshe pratisthapya sthiram asanam atmanaha natyuchitam nati nicham chailajina kushottaram. This is how one should sit in a stable posture. And then after sitting into that posture, tatra ekagram manah kritva yata chittendriya kriyah. Again and again bringing the mind to the object of meditation. What is the object of meditation? Object of meditation is something higher than me, a higher positive force, God or my own self. I move to that. Okay, that is becomes an object of meditation. It can be a mantra where you are imagining the feet of the God, or you can imagining your own self. If it has a form, it is better to connect, easier to connect than without form, but that is also possible. And then with this, a very important point with Gandhi sir also brought is that the eyes plays a very important role. Krishna says, Sampreksha nasikagram swam dishaschan avalokayan. So first you bring your attention to the tip of the nose, then slowly close your eyes and then focus between the eyebrows. This is the locking of the eyes, which is important. Now, even the modern science, is telling that the way the eyes move, it can be used to change the processing, information processing in the brain. In fact, one of a very scientific and effective technique of reducing post-traumatic memories is known as EMDR. EMDR therapy is something where you use the eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. It is commonly used in Nimhans also, where very systematically a therapist first asks the person to relax the body, do the body scan meditation, become completely mindful, and then when that past memories come up, or with a gentle trigger they want to bring that memory up, and then at that moment the person is asked to move his eyes from side to side. So there is this kind of a movement of the eyes from side to side. Now what this kind of movement does, they say that the brain, when it processes memory, the traumatic kind of memories are processed differently, and then the brain never heals with that, and therefore it keeps bringing that back again and again. But when this process is done, then the mind is actually able to process it better and heal better. Similar process is there as a preparation for meditation described in yoga, which is known as Trataka. Now what does Trataka do? Trataka also involves initially, the movement of the eye sideways, up and down in different direction, and then slowly bringing the focus on the candle flame. Now, while looking at the candle flame, let the memories come and go, but you keep your attention on the candle flame. Now, this one pointed focus, awareness on the candle flame, till the tears roll down your eyes, you have to keep maintaining. This will change the information processing in the brain. At the end of Trataka, always cover your eyes and then perform 5 minutes of humming breath or gentle Brahmari, which has a massaging effect on the brain and also again helps consolidate the memories in a different way. Now, how this is happening is because when the smriti vritti is coming, in that you are bringing the vritti of pramana, you are bringing the mind into the present moment at the same time. So a present sensory stimuli is cutting down the past memories which are coming in the moment. So it is in this way that these memories slowly get lightened. So it is always better that you do these preparatory practices like Trataka, watching a candle flame, movement of the eyes sideways, and then Trataka, then some pranayama, and then get into meditation where you focus on something higher than you, use the Nama Japa, and in this way, change the pattern of flow in your consciousness. How long do you have to do it? Satu dirghakal nairantarya satkara sevito drudbhumi. What should be your attitude? I am going to hold on to it. Long, constant effort, uninterruptedly. It should be regular practice. Like you come for these morning sessions every day, like that, it should be a regular practice. Then your new stream in the consciousness will get strength. And another attitude is the attitude of gratitude, which should be there whenever you practice. Otherwise, it will just enhance your ego and you will become a great meditator, but ultimately no gain. So therefore, Satkara Sevito is very important. You should not, take it as a matter of pride. You should do it with a humble attitude, surrendering to the higher force, surrendering to the gurus who have taught us. And with that attitude, one should get into Abhyasa, and it is definitely possible to overcome these. So, whenever the mind is free, not allowing the mind to get free, constantly focusing on japa and becoming aware of the strength of those patterns, and then not trying to fight with the memories that are there, but just whenever they are little less intense, focusing on the new pattern. So holding on to the light rather than fighting with the darkness. So by completely, in this way, renouncing all the desires from the world, one should restrain the senses from all the sides and slowly, steadily, with conviction in the intellect, fix it in the self or God alone and think of nothing else. Shane shane ruparmet, slowly, buddhya dhruti grahitaya. As your intellect becomes more and more stronger by abhyasa, hold on to it. So, dear friends, this is what we do in these sessions in the morning, So if you make this whole session that we do more meditative, if you have a continuous japa that goes on within you throughout the session, if your eyes are closed throughout the session and you are trying to keep your mind in this moment, the session itself, can become a tool for you to overcome these memories. And what Bhagavad Gita says later on, what happens when you continue on this path? With thorough discipline, you learn to withdraw the mind from selfish cravings, and then you direct it towards this unsurpassable good of the self. Such person are said to be on the path of yoga, and they are free from the yearning of the senses. Great transcendental happiness comes to the yogi who has these qualities, whose mind has become calm, whose passions have been subdued, who has stopped breaking the yamas and niyamas in his life, and who sees everything in connection with the self or God. Slowly, the inner peace, inner joy starts dawning upon you, and it becomes prashanta manasam. Very calm, beautiful, serene happiness dawns onto this kind of a yogi who follows this. So therefore, this yoga, which is dukkha sanyoga viyoga, that state of severance from the union with misery. Who is having this dukkha sanyoga? Me. I am only holding on to it. Okay. So this yoga should be resolutely practiced with determination. I remember a story told by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. They used to say in older days how they used to catch monkeys is that they would take a pot which has a very narrow neck, and in that neck they would put some peanuts and put it in open. Monkey would come and put his hand inside and then catch hold of the peanuts. The pot is tied to a rope, and you cannot take the hand out if you have a fist which is closed. You can take the hand out only if you let go of the peanut, then only the hand will come out. Otherwise, the hand remains in the pot. So the monkey holds on to the peanut, and then his hand is not coming out. And then slowly, the hunter comes and catches hold of him, beats the monkey. The monkey shouts, cries, but he's not able to let go of the peanuts. And that is why the monkey suffers. Somewhere in this problem, we are ourselves holding on to something and we are suffering. We should just become aware of that. We should just become aware of that. So in Vairagya, this is what becomes very important, ability to let go. What does that mean? The ability to let go is basically that, I'm unable to free the patterns of memory because I say that I am thinking, I get identified with it. But actually, you are not thinking, the mind is thinking. So this awareness plays another very important role. So my dear friends, I can understand, this is a complicated issue, a very difficult thing to answer or address, but it is definitely possible, 100% possible to heal ourselves completely. Please contemplate on these thoughts. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Good morning, sir.
Thank
Prachi
you
here.
very much, sir.
Yes, Prachi.
So small query, sir. First of all, thank you for such a wonderful session, and it will be very helpful for everyone. So, sir, I see currently I'm able to aware of my thoughts currently when I'm awakened, but when I'm sleeping, so that time it is something is happening like from my subconscious, some other any random immediate maybe thought is coming. It is not that I'm feeling guilty about it, but at random something else is coming which I don't have control when I'm sleeping. So how to deal with?
Yeah, even if it is, not a kind of a negative kind of a thought, whatever is the pattern, you imagine that it is a river of consciousness which is flowing in your mind, and in that, whatever objects that are flowing, is somewhere in the back of mind, your own conscience only is putting it there, So you have to decide what do you want in your consciousness, what you want it to flow through your mind, and that is what should dominate your mind. and you have to put effort towards that. So if you are doing nama japa, if you are doing surrender, then you should try to maintain an unbroken chain of that japa. They say nairantarya satkara sevito. Nairantarya means unbroken chain. Yogis have reached such kind of a state where they say that, oh, how could this thought come and break my chain of my japa? So their chain through their abhyasa becomes so strong that throughout the day, with each breath, their japa is going on. With each activity, their japa is going on. With blinking of the eyes, also they are connected to the God. And because of that, even before sleep and after waking up, they are in that consciousness. So with abhyasa, it is possible that what is now a small portion of our consciousness becomes a dominant portion of our consciousness. We should just continue doing abhyasa, and we see that our goal is to reach a state where there is nothing else in my mind except my desire to connect, my desire to have that sakshatkara, that is known as atma sakshatkara. So that realization that I am one with that, will only come when only that one thought, when only that one thing dominates my consciousness at all point of time. This is the challenge that we have to overcome. Yes, Preeti.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, I would like to share a practical technique which I do before going to sleep that may be helpful.
Yes.
I just say a small prayer and I tell myself that while I'm sleeping, I'm actually wrapped in God's arms and He's going to protect me. So it could be a form of imagery, but I feel that I get a very excellent sleep after that because I've left it to Him. So that's how I just thought I will share this very small thing, but it's really like it's helped me a lot.
Very beautiful, Preeti ji. Very beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful experience. Yes, Annie ji.
Doctor, I just want to say thank you so much because, I was searching how to unlock what was happening in the past. But what I want to say is, like, I had an accident when I was very young, a child, about 4 or 5 years old. And but I never knew, whenever I'm on the road, that I'm always frightened. I'm scared to cross the road, but I never understood why. But my mind was always telling my body, be on guard, be on guard. So, but then it took me a long time to understand, oh, there's something has happened in the past. So sometimes the mind goes overboard. It goes overboard in telling us, this is the truth. If you cross the road, something will happen to you. And that had taken root, deep root. So I myself didn't know that was the reason because of the accident. But today, thank you so much that you've given so much of techniques and practices that I can do now to know that I actually have a way out of this. And that is really very liberating. And I can't thank you and everybody in this session of how much I have gained, that I can actually liberate myself with these practices. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Annie. And thank you for asking this beautiful question to us. It